Hey everybody, welcome to episode 32 of my Musical Moments series. Today, lucky episode 32 because finally I get to share with you a project that I've been in the works on for quite a while. This is my next series within a series, which I'm calling Bruce's 3-Minute Opera Plots. Because, sometimes I'm doing research on an opera and I'll be like, gee, I wonder what that opera's about. And either I find 5 pages of a synopsis. On the one hand, I don't want to read that much. Or, conversely, it says something to the effect of a soprano meets a tenor and a baritone gets in the way. But what if I'm looking for something in between that? I thought just like a 3-minute version, and so I thought I would share that with you. And the production that I have decided to use is Donizetti's The Elixir of Love. A great place to start, a wonderful opera with great music. And I'm actually finishing up a production of it with my students. I should say a virtual production of that with my students at Santa Cruz. And I thought it would make a great first episode for my 3-minute opera plot. So, without further ado, I am pleased to present the first episode. Enjoy. Welcome to Bruce's 3-minute opera plots. In this episode, Donizetti's The Elixir of Love. Nemorino is the typical peasant in love with the beautiful Adina. She's charming, she owns land, she can read, and she's a soprano. But she says, I'll pass, you're poor and probably dirty. But he says, I'm the tenor, I've got high notes. She's unimpressed. He listens while Adina reads the love story of Tristan and Isolde to her workers, so he's like, that gives me an idea, I'll get a love potion and she'll fall in love with me. How could it go wrong? Handsome soldier Belcore comes to town and Adina says, sure, you'll do. But she's actually just flirting. Because it works for the story, a traveling snake oil salesman named Dulcamara comes through town on that very day. Nemorino spends all his money to buy a fake love potion, but he believes it'll do the trick in spite of the fact that it's just cheap red wine. Dulcamara is no fool, this isn't his first rodeo, so he tells Nemorino that the elixir takes 24 hours to take effect, safely giving himself time to get out of town before the elixir is discovered. Nemorino downs the whole bottle and, not surprisingly, becomes a bit tipsy from all that wine, and the object of his affection, Adina, happens by. Knowing the elixir won't work for another day, though, he's indifferent to her for the time being. Adina notices this lack of attention, and in a classic case of you don't know what you've got till it's gone, she thinks maybe she has feelings for him after all. Trying to arouse his attention again, she agrees to marry Belcore the next morning. Panicked, Nemorino realizes this wedding will take place before the effects of the elixir kick in.
No.
So early the next morning, Nemorino goes back to Dulcamara to ask for a stronger, faster-acting elixir. But he doesn't have any more money, so Dulcamara says, get lost. Belcore emerges. He's discouraged because Adina has delayed the wedding because she only agreed to it in the first place to make Nemorino jealous. Both are depressed. Nemorino needs money, and Belcore suggests join the army for the on-the-spot signing bonus and the plus that he can station Nemorino far away and keep Adina for himself. Nemorino agrees, signs the contract, and runs off to pay for more elixir. Every soprano needs a friend, and Adina's is Ginetta. She doesn't get a lot to do in this opera, but we realize why her character exists when she spills the news to all the girls in town that Nemorino's uncle has died and left Nemorino all his money and land. She swears the girls to secrecy, though, as no one else knows this news.
Quiet.
Nemorino returns to the scene, freshly having consumed yet another full bottle of elixir. The girls see him in a new, much more eligible light now that he's got money, but Nemorino thinks it's the elixir kicking into high gear, and he enjoys the attention of women for the first time in his life. Adina sees this, and she's baffled by the attention the girls are giving him.
What?
Nemorino sings one of the most beloved arias in the world, and the audience is reminded why people really do love opera, even though it's really long. Adina has learned that he's spent all his money and joined the army just to attract her attention, and she is so moved by the gesture that she sees his genuine love for her and admits her love for him too. Belcore comes back and sees that they're a couple now, but he doesn't care. He knows that, as the baritone, there are lots of other sopranos in the world to try and separate from their tenors.
Goodbye.
Dulcamara is hailed as a genius for his elixir, and he sells out his entire stock. And that is the plot of Donizetti's The Elixir of Love.